What's going on YouTube? It's Kiaguyjoe here. Finally, I'm back with another video. As you guys can see here today, I have another Kia Carnival. Very first video that I ever put on YouTube was the Kia Carnival. And when I did that video, there were already people looking at that video and trying to buy it. And that was the only one that dealership had on their lot. So once that vehicle hit the lot, people were already trying to look at it and trying to buy it. So today I'm at a different dealership. This one here is in Arlington, Texas. This is Vanguard Kia. They have this Kia Carnival right here, and they have a black one down there if you guys can see it. So luckily I was able to come in, and I had to catch this vehicle before it sold because, again, people are already looking at this vehicle. As you guys can see from the looks of the vehicle, this is the lower trim. This is the 2022 Kia Carnival LX. This is the lower trim, it's not the top trim, so it's not going to have all the bells and whistles and whatnot that you guys would want. If you guys want a different wheel style, then you probably have to go for the top trim. But nonetheless, this vehicle is still pretty well equipped, very nice inside. I'll get to that in a second. But go ahead and take a look at the front of the vehicle here. You guys can notice that the new Kia logo is on the vehicle. It's starting to grow on me. It's starting to look more like a Kia than a KIN. It'd be nice if Kia actually started to add some light to their badges, but you know, I guess they're not trying to follow trends. And coming up to the rest of the vehicle here, as you can look at the grille pattern here, this grille pattern is different from the first Kia Carnival that I tested. I believe that one was a top of the line trim. If it wasn't, then it just had a different grille pattern in it. And then this might be for just the 2022 model year. They kind of closed the grille in this model right here, because I know a lot of people complained about how bugs and whatnot were going to be easy to get into the grille, and the grille is going to be hard to clean. This one still kind of follows that same characteristic, but it's a little bit more. I think it looks better than the grille on the first Kia Carnival that I tested. I think it looks a little bit better. As you can see here, this is an incandescent turn signal. You still get the LED signature daytime running lights on this vehicle, but you still just get the incandescent turn signal. The whole light bar doesn't go amber turn signal, so that's a downside. And no fog lights on this model either. If you guys want fog lights, you're going to have to go for a top trim model. And 9 times out of 10, if you guys want a top trim model, you probably have to order those, because all these vehicles are pretty much hard to get as far as the Telluride and the top of the line Carnival here. So you pretty much have to order those vehicles if you want the top trim. But the rest of the front profile looks pretty good. Looks doesn't look too minivan-ish. Has a slight SUV look to it, and I guess that's why it's a good selling vehicle at this point. I do see a couple on the road already, especially when it comes to the top trims. Haven't really seen this LX trim on the road yet. But coming to the side profile of the vehicle, taking a look at these 17-inch alloys right here. These are riding on 235 65 by 17s. It's a pretty thick tire with a nice rim. Should be easy to clean. I like wheels that are easy to clean. You can get into it, you know, and just clean it very easily without too much struggle. But they are going to get pretty dirty as far as I'm concerned. It will show a lot of dirt because it is silver painted. I believe this vehicle is front wheel drive. Yes, it is front wheel driven. Take a look at the mirror here. This vehicle does not come with the blind spot monitoring system that will pop up in the dash, in the gauge cluster rather. It's very long, very wide, if you may. This vehicle does not come with the panoramic sunroof. You just get a regular roof at the top. Again, if you guys want the panel sunroof, you have to go for the top of the line model. One thing Kia has not figured out, like all the other competitors, is to hide the portion where the door will open. So let's show you guys. Kia hasn't figured out how to hide that yet. Maybe they have, but they just didn't want to follow it. Maybe for some reason they didn't want to follow it. Just like all the other manufacturers. All the other manufacturers have figured out a way to put this under the glass to kind of hide it a little better. And looking at the interior, you guys get a glance at that real quick. But I'll get to that in a second. Only side of piano black plastic on this vehicle on the outside is on this A-pillar right here. You have piano black plastic right here, and then you have the mesh black plastic right here and on the bottom as well. And then you also have you know, painted black plastic on the mirrors as well too. You have this A-pillar window portion right here. This is part of the Kia Hyundai platform that they have. I believe it's called EGMP if I'm correct. I have to double check on that. And coming to the rear of the vehicle here, you guys, there's nothing too special about it. Looks pretty nice, except this LX trim does not come with a full LED light bar that comes across the whole vehicle. I believe this is just this portion right here just lights up at night, incandescent, if I'm correct. As I said in my first Carnival video, my biggest complaint about the Carnival was, or just Kia in general, is how they're putting the turn signals on the bottom, separate from the whole module itself. I just think it's too low for my taste. I just don't like it right there. And then they made it incandescent, and they didn't even bother making it LED. So that's the biggest complaint I have about the Carnival, honestly. Other than that, it's a pretty well equipped vehicle. As you guys can see, you have Carnival. Really spelled that right there. They spelled it across the whole vehicle. I think it probably looked really weird because the back of the vehicle is so wide. And of course you have a nice Kia badge right there. This LX, the LX trim does not have an automatic tailgate, which I'm surprised to see. I thought all of them had automatic tailgates. But as you guys can see, these two seats right here, if you were to fold them down, they would eat up into this cargo area right here. I'm not going to fold them down because they still have all the, you know, the plastic bags in here with the carpets and whatnot, so I'm not going to fold them down. But you guys can probably see how that works. You'll pull this latch right here, and these seats will fold flat into the back of this area right here to give you a flat low floor. And as I said, guys, this vehicle does not have the automatic tailgate. If it did, the button would probably be right here. So I'm really surprised to see a manual tailgate in this vehicle. But at least they gave you a grab handle. That's something that they took away in the K5, even though they had it for the Optima, which is pretty weird. But they gave you a grab handle, so you just grab that. It's a pretty heavy tailgate. As you guys can see, no muffler is exposed in this vehicle. This is a minivan, it's not a race car or anything, so you're not going to see any exposed exhaust. Alright, taking a look under the hood here, taking a look at this engine. This is a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6, 8-speed automatic transmission. I'm not sure of the power numbers. I'm going to have to check on those power numbers, but I'll be sure to put that in the video. This vehicle does have 26 on the highway and 19 on the city for 22 miles combined. Kia Hyundai in general, they always had issues with their gas mileage, or trying to get the best gas mileage. I'm not sure where Kia falls in its competition with this Carnival when it comes to other vehicles, but 19 in the city, 26 on the highway, 22 combined, should do fairly well. This is a good road trip vehicle. I can see a lot of people going on road trips, a lot of space, a lot of power when needed, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Alright, now we're going to go on the inside of this beautiful Kia Carnival, painted in this nice silky silver color. You're taking a look at the door panel here. This vehicle does have a nice peanut butter color interior like dark peanut butter, I would call it. Looks pretty nice. They do have different interior options. As far as colors go, they have this peanut butter color. I believe they have like a dark blue color, a grayish color, and a white color, of course, and of all black, just like any other vehicle. All right, taking a look here at the door panel. As you guys can see, taking a look here, we have this nice area, soft touch injection molded plastic right here. We have this silver painted plastic portion right here with the silver painted door handle. On this area right here, it's a nice soft, this is leather right here. This portion, all this is leather. You have your hard touch plastic right here. It's one touch for the front, but not for the rear, of course. That's to be expected because this is a family vehicle and you might not want kids just downing the windows. Nice, the switches feel nice and high quality. I've noticed that Kia took out a lot of piano black plastic in this model year. I believe in the 21 Carnival they had this was all piano black plastic, and I'll show you guys more where they had piano black plastic, but they took it out. So Kia was listening and they took out the piano black plastic. Down here is hard touch plastic, and a nice speaker cover right here. This is I guess a minivan, what you can call it, so it has a nice step in height, and I can just step into the vehicle like that. Have to adjust the seat and closing the door. Nice solid sounding thunk right there, no rattles or shakes in the vehicle. But take a look at this interior, guys. Very nice, very elegant. You can fit a lot of people in this vehicle, guys. Alright, taking a look at the rest of the interior of the vehicle. As you can see, taking a look up top, you have a nice injection molded plastic right here. It's trying to be like leather, but it is pretty hard. This portion right here up top is hard touch plastic. This is also hard touch plastic right here. That's to be expected. And this is also hard touch plastic around this portion right here. But this used to be piano black plastic, I believe. In the top trim, they had piano black plastic on this portion right here. So they took that out and they put I guess a mesh black in here, or just a hard touch plastic black. I prefer this rather than hard touch than piano black plastic, because it's going to hold less dust and dirt and whatnot, and it's going to be easier to clean. And of course it won't hold fingerprints either. We're taking a look at the rest of the vehicle here. As you guys can see, this vehicle does not have the digital gauge cluster. I don't believe that any of the Carnivals have that. Maybe the top trim, but I would definitely have to double check on that. So these gauges honestly look like something from, I guess, a previous model, possibly the Sedona almost, which this vehicle used to be named of. Taking a look here at the rest of the vehicle, they have this nice silver portion right here, which goes across the whole dash. They have a nice texture to it. Feels pretty nice, very convincing, almost like real metal. If people didn't know what this was, they would probably think it's real metal. So very nice addition to the interior right there. Also to break up all the black, so I like how Kia did that. On the left side of the steering wheel here, you have your illumination controls to turn down or to dim the interior lighting. I'm not sure if this vehicle has ambient lighting, and if it does, I likely cannot see it right now because it's not bright enough, and it's too bright outside right now. So it's not like a Mercedes, you know, ambient lighting that's super bright. You can see it in day or night. So if this vehicle does have it, I can't see it right now. You have your lane keep assist and traction control button right there, and below those right there you also have two buttons to open the door. All you have to do is press it and hold it, and both doors, sliding doors, will open. I kind of think that's an odd place to put it. I kind of wish they put it somewhere like up here, or maybe somewhere down in the center console, so you don't have to, you know, just reach all the way down here to open the door. But I'm pretty sure there's a reason why they did it, just not sure what's the reason. And you also have a button to turn the power doors off, so I guess if you have kids in the back, so they won't open the door. And taking a look here at the steering wheel, one of the only places they actually put piano black plastic, which is kind of odd because you're touching the steering wheel. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your volume controls, volume up, volume down. You have a mode button to change between Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your radio station, Sirius XM, stuff like that. Phone button right here, and they also gave you your favorites button right there. You can program that to go to your map settings, you know, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, anything of that nature. Nice Kia badge on the steering wheel here with a silver garnish around it. Looks pretty nice. The horn sounds pretty loud. Should let people know that you are behind them. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control buttons right here. You have your cruise control, steering wheel assist button right there, and some buttons to help you control yourself between vehicles. This button right here helps you cycle through your menus. You can go to your driving info, driver assistance, tire pressure, stuff of that nature. You can also turn down illumination from the steering wheel. Most of the stuff on the steering wheel that you see right here, you can only do when you're parked, if I'm correct. I would think that's the same thing as what it is in my Optima. I can only control some of these things when I'm parked. So just keep that in mind. If you guys get this vehicle, you can only do these things when you're parked. And this vehicle probably does not have ambient lighting, because normally they will put it in the menu as well, but they probably have it in the actual touchscreen system. So I'm gonna have to check up on that just to make sure. Nice steering wheel, very light. I did move it over here in the shade, and the steering is very light in this vehicle. You know, easy to turn. Pretty sure it's electronic steering, but it's a very, very light steering. Probably will take some getting used to. That's how easy it is to turn the steering wheel. And of course, on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your windshield wiper controls and your lighting controls. I'm sorry, you have your lighting controls on the left side, and your windshield controls, windshield wiper controls on the right side of the steering wheel. Also have a rear wiper in the back. That rear wiper is hidden under the spoiler, so Kia actually, you know, hid that rear wiper. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. So Kia found a way to hide that windshield wiper. Taking a look here at the seats, very nice leather. I believe this is a soft text leather, so it's not genuine leather, but it sure does feel nice. So I give Kia a thumbs up on that. A very nice color combination here with this peanut butter and black. I very much like this color here. Lightens up the whole cabin. I kind of wish the headliner was black. By the way, it's not a suede headliner or anything, just a regular headliner. So in cream in color. I kind of wish this headliner was black. I believe you can get a black headliner in the top of the line trim. So if you guys want a black headliner, you can just go for the top trim, of course. But these seats feel very nice. I believe they're like maybe 12-way adjustable. No massaging, of course, not in this vehicle. But taking a look here at the center console here, very nice size, very deep. You can probably fit a couple bottles of water in there. No USB charger in there or cigarette lighter. You have 2 cup holders for rear occupants that's connected to this. Taking a look here at the rest of the center, you only have heated seats in this model. So if you guys want cooled seats, which would be these 2 buttons, you have to go for the top of the line trim, which is the SX Prestige, I believe, this year. So if you guys want that, you have to go. If you guys want cooled seats, you have to go for the SX Prestige. You have a button to turn off your parking sensors, a button for the camera system right here, which is not a surround view or 360 camera. And then you have your electronic parking brake right here. You have auto hold, and you have your drive mode selector, which they give you eco, sport, smart, and normal. And then you have your 2 cup holders right here. You have 2 cup holders right here. You could probably put your phone here like that. Fits my 12 Pro very good. And of course you have 2 cup holders right here with buttons for, you know, for any bigger drinks that you might be able to fit in here. And you also have a nice place to maybe fit your phone right there too as well. No wireless charger in this vehicle. If they did have a wireless charger, it would probably be right here in this area right here, but this vehicle does not have a wireless charger. I assume if you guys want a wireless charger, you're going to have to go for the top of the line trim, or maybe the middle trim. I'm not sure. I think the LX is the bottom, like the bottom trim, very bottom trim. So EX might have it, and everything else that this one does have or doesn't have, the SX will have, but the EX probably would have things that this vehicle is missing. 3 USB ports right here for charging. Coming to your climate controls, they give you regular buttons and dials, so that's pretty good. The air feels pretty nice. You can turn on and off the rear air. You can also lock the rear air, so the occupants in the back can't turn it on and control it. That is controlling the temperature in the back. So it's a 3-stage heated and cooling system for the rear occupants. And they also have the fan speed control, which is a 4-stage. So that's pretty nice. This is a incandescent, so there aren't LEDs. If you guys want LEDs, you have to go for maybe the EX and definitely the SX Prestige. You have to get that. Go for that model if you guys want the LED interior lighting. And taking a look at the glove box right here. Nice size. It's deep. As you guys can see, there's a lot of stuff in here that you can probably fit. It's not lined with felt, but it is damp. So there you go with that. And taking a look here at the entertainment system right here. This is an 8-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This vehicle does not have a map embedded GPS system. So this probably is the lower trim. If you guys want a GPS system embedded, then you're going to have to go for the SX Prestige and maybe the EX. But this LX does not have it. This is the 8-passenger configuration. You can get it with a 7-passenger. This would move the center seat right here. You can get that with a 7. But this vehicle right here is an 8 with 3 in the middle, 3 in the rear, and 2 in the front. And to get to the rear, all you have to do is hit this little latch right here, and that will move the seat forward, and it give you a nice step-in space right there. That would be good for little kids, and it's good for me too, actually. I found it pretty easy to get in. Nothing fancy about the rear. You have your hard touch plastics, 2 cup holders, or 1 cup holder with a good bit of storage area right here. You have 1 USB port right there. And you also have another USB port on the side, but the right side gives you 2 cup holders instead of 1. Not sure why Kia did that. You have 2 cup holders right here with 2 places to put your phone, so that's pretty neat. So they gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 rather, 5 areas to put any drinks that were not in the back, if you have this portion right here folded down, and if you get this vehicle with the 8-passenger configuration. These seats do recline, so I'm going to slide over a little bit to show you guys. So with the seats recline, I am about 5'10". My knees do hit the back of this seat, but this seat is probably in a recline position itself. But honestly, I wouldn't mind sitting back here like this. It feels pretty nice. A lot of comfort, a lot of space. Although, of course, if these seats were reclined, it would eat into the rear cargo. But if these seats were folded down, you would have a lot of space on the floor itself. So that's pretty nice as well. Alright, and hopping into the second row, I did hit my head there. So this might be a little bit low for some people. But hopping into the second row here, As you guys can see, all you have to do is tap the door once and the door will automatically close. Nice solid, you know, soft closing sound right there. No manual sunshades for the rear or automatic sunshades. That would be pretty nice in this vehicle, but I'm pretty sure you can option that for the top of the line trim, so you guys be mindful of that. Same deal of materials on the door. You have your hard touch plastics up top with this silver painted trim right here with a silver door handle. You have your, all this is hard touch plastics right here in the bottom. Hard touch plastic, as I said, not one touch automatic for the rear occupants. But it do give you a little armrest right there on the side. As I said, these seats do recline. As you guys can see, I just reclined the seats. It does go back pretty far. And as I said, this is the 8-passenger configuration, guys. But the good thing about the 8-passenger configuration is that this middle portion, you can move this out. You can take this middle portion out. And you can store it in the garage or a closet and something somewhere. But the only thing is, then you will have these exposed rails. But I'm pretty sure Kia gives you a carpet to hide this area right here in case you do end up moving the third middle seat. But that's a great option for you guys to have if you guys want to turn this into a 2-passenger captain's chair configuration. Other than that, that is the rear seats. They give you 2 USB seats, USB ports on the back of each seat, with 2 cup holders for the second row occupants and another place to put your phone, and a 12-volt power outlet right there. 2 mat pockets on each side of the vehicle with a nice subtle coat hanger right there to hold any bags or anything. Of course, you do have climate vents all over the rear. Incandescent lighting, although it's not turning on right now. I'm pretty sure there's like a button that's locking it out right here. They do give you your rear climate controls right there. As you can see, you have your heated and cooled settings. No heated or cooled seats for the rear occupants. If you guys want heated and cooled seats, you're gonna have to go for the top of the line trim, and that would only be for the second row passengers. I don't believe the third row gets heated or cooled seats. But that's going to do it for the rear interior, guys. Very nice vehicle, very spacious. I'm so glad I got a chance to do another one of these vehicles before somebody bought it, because these vehicles are selling fast. I'm not sure of the price of these vehicles because they do vary. They're kind of hard to get to the dealerships, and once they do get to the dealership, they usually sell pretty quickly. So it's best for you guys, if you guys want this vehicle, it's best for you guys to order it the way you want it so you can get it and then have no issues with picking it up or anything. This was the 2022 Kia Carnival. Subtle changes from the 21 model year. You guys want some better interior, better materials, heated and cooled seats for your rear occupants, you're going to have to go for the SX Prestige. But if you guys want a minivan just to have one for your family and whatnot, this would be a good vehicle to get. If you guys don't want your Honda, your Toyota, and you know, your Honda and Toyota products, so this is a good value, great competitor. But as I said, guys, this is Kiaguyjoe here. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, share the videos, let me know your thoughts on this vehicle. You guys let me know if you guys want to see any other vehicle besides Kia, Honda, and Genesis products, and I'll try to bring you other vehicles besides those 3. But anyway, as I said, this is Kiaguyjoe. Peace.